Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. I wanted to talk about this product right here. This is an Elsema remote control switch, you could say. There's the part number there. Locksmiths are always looking for ways to make more money, and this week I programmed in a couple of remote controls for a garage door, and it was just like another job. So I thought, okay, well, this one here, the customer asked me, I want more remote controls. They said these ones are shitty, they don't work, all sorts of problems with range and things along those lines. So I said, okay, I'll try and get some more of these, but I'll try and get better quality ones. So I ordered the silver ones, I think $40–50 a piece, and I tried cloning one to the other. And of course, well, normally they do work, but this particular one, it didn't work for me. So I decided to bite the bullet and put in a new controller unit. Now normally I wouldn't kind of do that because they're just after remote controls, but they said to me it's a commercial premises. They said we need 6 for the staff that park in that particular parking lot. So I thought, okay, for the cost of the 6, these ones right here were going to cost me about $50 to $60 just to clone, and the clone didn't even work. Not only that, we're talking about 27 megahertz, so it's a very crappy, low security type system. So I thought to myself, why don't we just do away with this, put the new box in, and it's going to be cheaper, and you're going to get better remotes, longer lasting remotes. They're clonable remotes, so you can program them in easier, and it's going to be a lot easier, better long term than dealing with the crap. So a lot of people, they often throw what's the expression, throw good money out for bad. You've got a bad system, but you're continually throwing money at it to try and keep it good, but it's never going to be really what you should have. What most people should have, especially if it's on a house or commercial, is something along these lines. First of all, these two remote controls are not made equal. This one here is an older one. This one here is working on 27 megahertz, and this one's working on early UHF, so 430 something. There is a difference. This one has a rolling code with an encrypted rolling code, so it keeps changing its code all the time. This one doesn't. This just pushes out its same code all the time. If you ever go past a door and it pops open, or see a gate that just pops open, or you've seen your own automatic garage or gate just pop open, it could just be because there's so many frequencies flying around, somebody's activated one and it's been able to activate the actual controller unit. So having a good controller unit is important. It's kind of like the difference between a standard C4 key or LW4 key compared to a multi-lock key. There is a difference. You're going to get more security with one than the other. Now you've got to remember too, garages are where you keep your car tools, your motorbikes, your jet ski, your hobbies, your who knows what you keep in your garage. Most people keep a lot of expensive toys in there, so it's worth protecting. It's part of the house, and your house can be more vulnerable by going through the garage. Not only that, you want to keep people out of your garage. Straightforward. So upgrading the control card to a more secure one that takes the newer style buttons with the hopping frequency and the encrypted frequency code is definitely the way to go. You could use it for so many applications, it's not funny. You can use it for gates, you can use it for alarms, you can use it to turn on your pumps on a farm. You could use it as an emergency button. If you've got elderly people, they could have one of these around their neck. It comes in different button formations too. This is a 1, that's a 2, comes in a 3 and a 4 and a 5. But if you've got elderly parents, let's say in a house, and you want to give them something they can put around their neck in case they fail, you could give them one of these and one of those lanyards. They put it around the neck, push the button, activates this relay right here, goes to the alarm system, sends you an SMS, or sends the carer or whoever an SMS. So it can be done very simply. Same with pumps, all those things along those lines. Looking at it here, the actual diagram of it, it's pretty simple. You've got a red and a black. That's your positive, that's your negative. Then you've got a yellow, a white, and a blue. Now people are saying, oh, not that hard. White is your common. So whichever way you go, you're going to be using that wire. Blue is your normally open. What that means is the circuit is open. When you activate this, it closes the circuit. And I'll explain the circuit to you in a second. Normally closed. The circuit is always closed. When you push the button, it's going to break the circuit. On an alarm system, the circuit is normally closed, and then when it's broken, the alarm goes into a trigger. So let's take, for example, you have a circuit, okay? And here is your light bulb. Okay, We're not going to include the battery, let's just keep it simple. So if the circuit is complete, power flows through it. Geez, that doesn't look too good, does it? I'm going to start that again. I have to put more work into my light globes here. Okay, does that look better? Oh, that looks much better. Okay, there's our light bulb. Okay, so we know we need positive, we know we need negative. Okay, so when we apply positive and we apply negative, the light's going to illuminate. Okay, so what this switch actually does is that you can cut this wire here, let's say. So this is no longer connected. So this light bulb is no longer shining. When you push the button, it will reconnect it. So that basically is the normally open, and when you push the button, it then closes the circuit, and you can select whether or not you want it on timer, momentary. There's a few options there. I'll show them to you, but basically that's kind of what it does. You push the button and it connects the circuit. You can also have it the other way where the light is always on. So let's just keep this here and it's always on, and when you push the button it's actually going to disconnect it, so then no power goes. So you can have it always on, push the button, the light goes off, or you can have the light off, push the button, light goes on. Okay, so that's a very simple circuit. So getting back to it real quick, real easy. Okay, you can put up to it's got it right here, 8 amps at 240 volts through this. I would not put live AC power through this. I would only be using it on DC. That's my recommendation, but I mean you probably could. It says it there. Frequency is between 433 to 434 megahertz. Current is 24 milliamps at 12 volts. Now that's pretty small, so you're not going to use much juice on this. You most likely could run it off any sort of panel that's supplying a 12 or 24 volt voltage, because this is 12 and 24 AC and DC. So a lot of garage motors, they work on AC, and a lot work on DC. So you can choose, well, you don't have to choose anything. It's multi-voltage. You just plug it in, you take power from the panel, and then basically you're only really worried about your 2 wires. Whether or not, most of the time it's actually normally open. When you push the button, it closes the circuit, activates what you want it to activate. Okay, so let's wire this up real quick. I'm just going to twist the wires real quick just to show you what we're talking about. So I'm going to have to strip these back to get a good connection. That should be enough. Okay, let's just quickly strip them. I'll just be twisting them for now. You would never do that on a job. You would always actually solder them or terminal block them. I was going to use a terminal block, but gave me the shits and they all kept coming out. Okay, so we have our negative and positive. Let's hook them up first. So positive on this one is the one with the trace wire. You can always use a voltmeter just to find that. Let's hook that up. Negative and positive. Okay, now we should have power to the device. Let's plug it in and find out. Yes, little LED down there is lit up. Cool. Disconnect now. Now what we want to do is we want to make the siren horn actually make a sound when the remote controls are programmed and activated. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to hook up our siren. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to program in that remote control. Okay, so I'm actually going to connect up the negative, so we don't have to worry about negative no more because the siren's already going to get negative. Next I'm going to be hooking up is my white wire. Okay, then I'm going to take my blue wire. Now white and blue connect when the remote control is activated. So when the remote control is activated, if I connect my blue to my red, it's going to put red power down the line, come back out into the white line and activate the siren. Okay, I want to do this without messing it all up. Now at the moment no buttons are actually activated. To program in these buttons you simply hold this button here 2 seconds and then you push this remote control here. Oh, hang on. Wondering why it's not working? Because we put no power to it. Okay, now we've got power. Little light just down there is working. To program this, you simply push this button down for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Push your remote control down for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Let go. You'll see it indicated by the green light. Now when you push the button, it should be programmed. Sorry, you're not seeing the button, are you? Okay, very straightforward. Now the benefit here is that you are actually using a more secure frequency. You're also using an encrypted rolling code system. So by having that, you get a lot more benefits. Now what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and copy this remote control, which is working. You can hear the roller door. Ready? Okay, so we're going to try and copy one to the other. Okay, so to program one remote to the other remote, you need to be close to the receiver. The receiver has to have this little red dot on it. You can try it if rather than getting a ladder out, you can try it, if not anyway. Basically, you go to your original. This is our original 2-button one. Push the program button down for 2 seconds. You push this down, and then you hold this button next to it. Wait for the door to start moving, and then we'll test it.
Okay, so I just wanted to add a few more comments here. This is the long-range remote control, good for people out on a farm. They also do make a waterproof remote control for people who wish to take their remote control swimming. They also do have multiple colors and multiple buttons, so you can get a 2 or 4 or 5 button. It's all completely customizable. These won't be on our website just yet. If you are interested, please email us or just hit the contact us button on our website. I wanted to just show you that there is a new, it is easy to do garage and remote controls and things, and often if the system you're working on isn't compatible or is old, you could just take it off and just plug this in. This unit is the voltage and everything is multi-voltage, so it's quite easy. It's literally 4 wires, so a lot of time you can slap one of these on the side of a garage door or a gate and something along those lines in probably under 20 minutes, and it's essentially the same as doing a change combo. You're upgrading it to a new frequency, a better frequency, encrypted frequency, and also you can supply more remotes at a cheaper price, so you're not mucking around with the old-fashioned remotes. So that's our video on the Elsema remote kit. You can see this on our website once we get it up there. I will also put some data down below, some comments to Elsema, so you can see more of the data and the specs on this particular product. Thanks for watching.